Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to The Vault. It's finally returned once again. It's had a long sort of gap, but we had sort of 12 days of Christmas to deal with, all sorts of other stuff to deal with. So it's been a while, but it's good to see it back. And yes, we have this on loop. So we don't have a xylophone guy tonight, but we do have pizzicato strings tonight. How are you all doing out there? Hope you're all good. Let's have a look through the names. We'll start off with our Stortle. A wild wig appeared. Hello there. Hello there, Inca Car Adster. Lugaroo saying pizzicato strings, best strings. I don't know. I could probably go for a spiccato sometimes, and yeah, spiccatos are good sometimes, but pizzicatos, yeah, they're pretty decent. Thank you for the 2 but 3 Silver Lugaroo, greatly appreciated. Hello, Random Zombie, Not a Jumble, Midget, Procyon, Connor, Dogfish, Dark Deus, Naked Grandma, Oni, hello there, Arden Fetz, Amy G, Proogs, Top 1 Gaming Shapes, Pumman Ben, JWAT, David, and then the schedule that's the schedule on the Ash 1 channel over on Ash 2. Sticker of the Crucible with Hazel Oven. You know what? When I was sort of doing that sort of intro with the coming soon thing, I almost half felt like CFAX at that point. At some point, I might end up just going full ham and actually doing CFAX pages and that. But for now, I'm okay. Matt with 100 bits. Oh, it's Amy G's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Thank you for the 100 bits, Matt. That's greatly appreciated. Ramsey Fox, hello there. Leaping One, Pop Ram Comedy. All sorts of names that I've still not caught up with yet. Cetra, Super Patrick. Connor, I think I've already said. Aluz, hello there. Shanamain, Useless Noise Maker, hello there. Clive. We'll just keep listening to this on loop. Hello there, Samster. Hello, Artifacts Jerry. Deuce, Can't Quiz, Won't Quiz, hi there. Naked Grandma, I think I've caught up now. If I haven't said yet hello to you, Itogi, I've said hello to you now, but I haven't said hello then hello. And hello there, AVG, happy birthday to you. Hope you have a great day today. So yes, we do have the Vault this evening, and there have been some changes since the last time we ran it, mainly in the vision of trying to make the game a little more reasonable for Twitch. We're starting to divert away from the original idea a bit, but it's at least to make it more plausible for Twitch play, because it's very different. We have many more experts / brokers on the lines, and it's a little more instant, I guess. So yeah, there are some changes involved, and I'll go through them in a moment. However, we need to open up the lobby. So there are 2 lobbies to this game. Just to mention to you, there are 2 lobbies to this game. There is the broker lobby, which you can enter in by whispering some job title, some occupation. So you could say like Doot Enthusiast, and that would count as your broker identity throughout the entire game. Their idea being is that you are only known by that alias through the game. So everything you do is going to be via whispers, so that we hide away everything that you do. So they don't know that it's, you know, Clive of Legend that's doing well or whatever. It's this person, this identity is doing well. If you'd like to play as a main player, you can enter both lobbies. However, to be as a main player, you will need to be able to have Mike be able to join me here in Discord and play via voice. If you don't meet that criteria, then do not enter in a vault code. And that is your potential ticket entry into being a main player, is a vault code of 4 digits. Digits can repeat, and the 4 closest players to the actual vault code when it reveals itself will be picked to play the main game. Whose questions are they tonight? So, first of all, we're going to start off with David's 3rd pack. Then, because you have mentioned the name yourself, you've sort of brought the question up yourself, Brooks. You have indeed provided a question pack for us. So we'll be doing yours after David's third, and then if we have time afterwards, then we'll ready to do David's fourth as well. So we're starting off with David's third pack, then we're doing Brooks, and then if there's time still left in the stream, then we'll do David's fourth pack. So that's what you'll look forward to this evening. Up to 3 packs. We'll certainly play 2, maybe 3, depending on time. First David, then Proogs, and then David again. Indeed, Proogs. Well, this first one is going to be David, so you can join this lobby if you'd like to. So, just to clarify that again, if you want to be a broker, so you just play via the whispers in Twitch chat, give an occupation or title as a whisper. If you like to play as the main game, you enter in a 4-digit vault code. You can do both if you want to. Okay? Makes sense? I hope so. Let's open up the lobby. If I go to the right screen. The vaults, let's go to the right screen, and that is the lobby open. Some interesting titles already coming through as brokers. Someone with incomprehensible characters has come through as a broker. Unfortunately, I do not have that in my font, so you're just going to be rendered as squares for the rest of the game. I could probably backtrack it for what it says in the chat. Oh, Braille! Nice! Someone has entered in Braille characters as their broker identifier. Okay, cool. I'm not going to do the deciphering myself, but you're more than welcome to use Braille characters. Unfortunately, I do not have the support in my font. And don't worry about the if your name goes off the edge of the screen on the Vault lobby. Your name will be counted so long as Quizbot says that you have entered in a room code. Oh, is that you, Loopy? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it at all. Welcome to the brokers. David gave me the answers. Ah, yes. Okay, let's go through some of the other changes that have come through that I've made since. So, firstly, the simplest one that I could do is the top 4 that get picked closest to the correct vault, we will go in reverse order. So the one that had the best vault code has the honor of going last, so that they know what target they need to meet. And obviously on the main show, they actually play individual games and don't know that fact. We can't get around that in this live situation, so to allow the best vault code to have at least some advantage, they will go last in the running order. Next, offers should hopefully not show up at the wrong time. The biggest one for the brokers will be that we are now showing the clue to the answer in chat for each question. So you'll see like Q1, and that'll be the question, and then there'll be a second message underneath that says H1 or H2 or something. That's basically hint, and it gives you the blanks and then whatever characters are already made available to you. So you can then use that in chat now ahead of the stream time. Hopefully that makes it a little more accessible for those playing via chat. Biggest one though for the brokering now is if a counter offer is made by the main player, then it is automatically accepted or rejected based on the condition of whether you enter in, whether they've chosen a value that sits within your range of offers or not. So it's a one and done deal now on a counter offer. It either automatically accepts if it's in the range that they provided, or it automatically rejects if it is not. I will talk about how the brokers offer in a moment in chat because it is a little complicated. But once you've gotten the pattern, then it's quite easy. But yeah, there's now an automatic accept or reject on a counter offer, so you only have one chance as a main player for each offer that comes through. Of course, you can just accept the offer if it comes through, and of course you can just reject the offer if it comes through. There are minimum offer values now as well. So, unfortunately, gone are the days of people offering single doot or zero doot offers. As far as I'm aware, the values are a minimum of 100 doots in round 1, because that's the value of the question. Minimum of 200 doots in round 2 because that's the value of the question. And then in round 3, it's a minimum of 250 dukes, but I would recommend in round 3 that you just go all hell for your offers. After that, the queue of offers that comes through will try and prefer players that have not yet had an offer on screen yet. I believe that's how it should work now. We will see how that works because I did a lot of weird code for the queue, and I'm hoping I haven't broken things completely yet with that. There may be a chance that I have done. We'll find out when we play the game. So expect there could be bugs in the queue system because it is a lot more complicated than it used to be. For everyone that sends through a valid offer with a correct answer, you will get a flat rate of doots for giving me a correct answer. So even if your offer does not come on screen, then you will get some doots for a correct answer. And I think I've just set it at 50 doots or something like that. So everyone that gives me an answer as a broker that is a valid answer, you just get 50 doots from the bank. No problem, no questions asked. So even if you don't get yourself on screen, that's your flat rate, so no problem. That's just an animation glitch to fix. That's an animation glitch to fix. In round 2, the timer will start immediately once the question has been revealed, rather than me manually pressing the start timer button like I did before. To account for that, it's now a 20-second timer rather than 15 seconds on each pass. And I think that's all the things I've done. That is all the things I've done to this build since. So we'll see how that plays into things. Okay, so the other thing to mention for those that are new to brokering that weren't here on the first game is how do you answer a question as a broker. So imagine you had the question of what is the capital of France? The answer being, let's say, Paris. So you can submit a message of Paris and that. So Paris 300. If you were to send a message like that, not in public chat but in Whisper, then it will say that my offer is for 300 doots and I do not want to have a minimum value of that. So it's 300 or nothing. So it's up to then the main player to decide if they want to accept or reject that. If they were to try and barter, they would not be allowed to because you have set your maximum and minimum to be the same as 300. If you wanted to do a range, then you do as Aristotle has just done and give me 2 numbers. So Paris 250, 300 would mean it will initially offer 300, but you are happy to accept anything as low as 250. So if the main player goes to barter and say they want to counter with 260, it will accept that as an offer. If they barter for 250, it'll accept that is just on the margin. If they were to barter for 240, then that will be a reject and your offer will then disappear. Does that make sense as brokering answers? So how to join the vault with a player of the 4-digit vault code. So if you want to be a voice player, a main player, you enter in a 4-digit vault code as a whisper. If you want to be a broker, then you just give yourself some job title, some occupation, and it'll add you over on that side. That's basically how it all works. It's far more complicated than it used to be. It's far more complicated than it is compared to other games I do, but once we sort of get into the knack of it, I think it'll bed itself a bit more. It's just harder to explain from the get-go if you're not already familiar. Capitalization should not matter as state. It should allow you uppercase or lowercase, and also in the case of words that may have accented characters or diacritics, something like that, it should ignore those. However, punctuation, it probably will matter. So if there is a hyphen in the answer, then you may have to give the hyphen in your text for it to count. That's the only sort of caveat I would say to sort of bogus answering, is that hyphens might still count, and apostrophes might also still count as well. That's the only thing I could think of. But diacritics and accents, etc., should be ignored. So if you give me answer with an E acute or an answer with an E in, both of them are treated the same, essentially. Remember that the system will give more players more of a turn with on-screen offers this time, so try to maximise the opportunities. Absolutely, David. So, once you've had an offer on screen, as it were, then you will then go down the priority queue on any other offers you've got so far. So it'll bring other people forward, but it'll still treat people that offered first the higher priority if they've not, if they've not seen themselves on screen yet. So it might be a case of that you only have one opportunity to see yourself in the list if everyone is answering every question. However, the likelihood is that fewer people will answer on harder questions, because as each round progresses, the difficulty of the question increases, especially on the final round where you go to like a difficulty 6 question on question 10, although brokers aren't actually directly involved in question 10 for that because reasons. So yeah, don't offer the bare minimum. Even though the bare minimum is now the value of the question in most rounds, I would offer more than that. Consider how much money the player has at the moment. Consider how much you think they may have at the time of the offer coming around, because they'll only do that once we go on the second pass round in round number 1. Round number 2 is a bit more immediate. Round number 3 is a bit immediate. But round 1, you have to wait for a full cycle of questions before offers start coming through from the brokers to the player. So, I think that's all that needs to be said for now. Things may still break. It's a bit of a hodgepodge of code, this. And a lot of complex stuff going on. So if stuff does break, I apologise in advance. There may be things I can't do about it while in runtime. And if that is the case, I again apologise in advance if that does happen. But I'm going to try and make the best of it as I can. But if the game has to be abandoned because stuff don't work, then that's the case. I have no fast forward functionality in this. I have no resurrect functionality in this. So if the game dies, the game dies. I just can't bring it back to life. So I'm hoping it won't, but there's every chance there's something I've missed and things will go a bit weird. Okay? Yeah, it's far more easier to understand once we get the game going. It's just, we've got to get the game going for you to understand. So, without further ado, I think we're going to close the lobby down. So good luck to all the brokers that are listed. I won't go through all the names because there's too many of them. And good luck to all the listed players as well. We will then reveal the vault code in a moment, and the 4 closest to the vault code will then be invited into Discord to play for 100,000 dukes or more, basically. So if you're ready, that's all of the players that have entered to be a main player. Let's reveal the vault code this evening. It's a 3, it's a 0, it's a 2, and a 4. 3024. So the top players for that vault code are Samster, the Naked Grandma, Clive of Legend, and Punman Ben. Those were the 4 closest. Samster with 2 digits exactly and in the right... two exact digits. The 2 in the wrong position. Naked Grandma with 2 digits and the other 2 not in the right position. Clive with 1 correct and 1 in the wrong position. Same with Punman Ben, but Clive had closer distance to the other numbers. So that is a 4, and we will be starting in reverse order. So we will be starting with Punman Ben and going up the table. Of course, it depends on if all 4 players can join me in Discord. So this is the time now where I now would like to invite our players to Discord. So please join the green room where score count is. And once I've seen that all 4 players are there to play as a main player, then I will continue on. This is the last chance I have to be able to correct this and move other people into priority order if they can't join. But I do see all 4 players, so presumably we should be good. If we didn't, then I'll be able to bring in Car 7 at this point because they are the 5th priority. But first of all, Thank you for the at Bash Hype. Sorry, thank you very much for the Twitch baby resub there, Jack Wolford. Absolutely awesome that you've been supporting me for that long, and yeah. I'm just glad that you're enjoying everything we're doing. I just realised Ramsey Fox actually did have all 4 digits of the vault code just all in the wrong position, so unfortunately was not of higher priority there. But all 4 digits is a damn good guess. Just putting that out there. Right, if we're all good, then we can bring all the players in. So let's bring you all in right now. Good evening, players. How are you doing?
Hi, Ash.
Pretty good.
Hello, Clive. Hello, Ben. Hello, Samster. And Necky Grandma.
Hello.
Hello there. Well, welcome to the game. I know Clive knows how this was played. An avid fan of the show, and also played the previous time we ran this, if I remember rightly.
Yep.
Ben, Samster, and Necky Grandma, are you familiar how the vault works?
Somewhat.
Somewhat. Well, don't worry, I'll be able to go over the rules a little bit for you, at least, Ben, because you'll go first anyway. Necky Grandma, are you familiar?
Yeah, I played the pilot episode, I think.
Oh, okay. That's fine then. And Samster?
Yeah, I'm pretty good with the rules, I think.
Cool. All right, well... Let's find out indeed, Random Zombie. Thank you very much for the 100 bits there. Greatly appreciated. So, we will be starting off with Pum and Ben, and then we'll be doing Clive Legend, Necky Grandma, and Samster in that order. So, let me go to the wide angle, because I can do that, and then bring in Pum and Ben. There is your avatar. Hello, Ben. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
Do you feel confident that you can do well here to unlock the vault?
Depends on how the questions fall, but, I'll give it my best shot.
Absolutely. So, to describe how this round works, there are 10 questions and you'll have 3 minutes on the clock to start with. Each question will reveal itself, and underneath will be a sort of hangman clue with some of the letters revealed, but it will also display, how many letters are in each particular word. You can give me as many guesses as you want on a question. If you give me the correct answer, then I accept it as correct answer, and then we can move on to another one. You can pass in this round, so if you just don't have a clue on a question, you could pass, and we can move on, and we'll come back to it later on the second pass round. Once you've seen the 10th question, and we pass back round for the second pass round, you'll then start to see some offers come behind you on that video wall behind you, and then you can either decide to give me a correct answer. You can still do that, even if you've come through on the second pass, or you can either accept the offer that's on the table by its value. If you do that, then you'll lose that. You'll basically pay that amount to the broker. You can decide to just reject it. So if you think it's just way too much, then you just reject the offer. And if you want to counter the offer, you can do. However, you only have the one chance to do so on each offer. So if an offer came through that initially stated 400 and you countered with 300, then 2 outcomes will come from that. Either 300 is in the accepted range of the broker, so they'll take the offer and it's accepted, gives you the correct answer. If it is not in the accepted range, then it will just say, nope, go away, and we'll go to the next offer if there is another offer. That's the thing, is you don't know yet if there's another offer until the offer that's currently on the table goes away. Okay. So the harder questions may have fewer offers, but we'll see. It just depends on how the brokers go.
Okay. If I don't have an offer or an answer, I can pass again, is that correct?
You can just keep passing round in this round, yes. So even if you're not certain and there's no offers on the table, we can go to another question and pass again. But just tell me pass on any question and we'll just pass on to the next one.
Gotcha.
All clear?
Absolutely.
Do you have the game open in Discord?
I do.
Good. All right, so that should be good for you. So, good luck to you, Pum and Ben. This is all sort of new for me because I've got a new UI that hopefully expedites my counter offer delivery as well. JDYT, just for you, it will offer your higher number first, but it'll accept anything down to your lower number. I think you can give it in either order, but what I would say is give it in lower number then higher number order, just to be sure. So in that previous example I've asked Autul, he said Paris 250, 300. I would say put it in that order. It'll always give your higher number first, and then accept anything down to as low as the lower number. Or previously done there, Paris 200, 300. So that isn't accepted format. And just another note as well to the brokers, you can give the answer to the question no matter what question we're actually on. So if we're on question 7 but you've got an answer to question number 2, then you can feel free to answer that question, because it will try and figure out what question you're actually answering based off of the answer you give. So don't worry about what question number we're on. It should accept it so long as it's a valid answer that we're expecting. And minimum offer in this round will be 100 doots. If you do not give me 100 doots, then I think I actually reject the offer entirely. I just don't bother accounting it. But you will probably still get the 50 doot bonus for giving me a correct answer. Okay, preamble over. Are you ready to play, Ben?
Let's do it.
Okay, good luck. 3 minutes on the clock. Start off with 1,000 doots. 100 doots for each correct answer. Time starts now. What colour is the innermost band of a rainbow?
Violet.
Correct. Which herbivorous dinosaur had a distinctive neck frill and 3 horns?
Triceratops.
Correct. Question 3. Who played Spider-Man in the trilogy directed by Sam Raimi?
Pass.
Gonna pass, okay. Question 4. A sty is an inflammation of which specific part of the body?
Pass.
Okay, moving on. Which author originally devised the concept of the thought police?
George Orwell.
Correct. Chris Tang is famous for saying which word when commentating on classic Tetris?
Drop.
Nope.
Pass.
Gonna pass that. Which female tennis player completed a career Grand Slam at the 2012 French Open?
Maria Sharapova.
That's correct. Question 8. What area beneath a building's floor provides access to wiring or plumbing?
Crawl space.
That is correct. Question 9. In publishing terminology, what name is given to the right-hand page of a book?
Pass.
Okay, and question 10. In which port was the German ship Graf Spee when she was scuttled in 1939?
Pass.
Okay, going back now to question number 3. There's an offer on the table for 250.
Counter 200.
Yes, and the answer is Toby Maguire. Question 4. Offer for 400.
Counter 200.
Yes, accepted. Answer is eyelid. Offer for 269 on question 6.
Counter 200.
Yes, accepted. Answer was boom. Question 9. Offer for 250.
Counter 150.
Accepted. Answer is recto. And question 10. Offer for 269. Still have 40 seconds.
Yeah. Counter 150.
It is accepted. Answer was Montevideo. And that is a complete sweep, so we add a 5,000 bonus for completing the round. Now, all of the low offers did get accepted, which is interesting. I don't know if that is particularly right. Ramsey did have some mention of there possibly being an erroneous offer. My offer was 250 and the 200 offer was accepted. Was it now? Okay. Let's have a look at that. What has happened there? Round 1 sequence. Let's have a look. Make offer. Bid 1, bid 2. Bid 1 and bid 2 is equal to the first bid that's given in the list. Bid 2 is given in the second. Minimum bid is the minimum of bid 1, bid 2, and minimum allowed offer. Oh. Well, there you go. There's the problem. I introduced the bug there, didn't I? Oh, balls. I introduced a bug there. That's no good. Bugger. That's an irritation. That's quite a bad bug, that as well. Because that means that it'll always allow offers down to as low as the minimum. Huh. Hmm. That's not good. That's a bad code, Ashley. How did you do that? We could agree as players not to. Yes. Well, that's not the problem though, Samster. The minimum is 100 in this round, so all these were valid because they're above the minimum, but it's not what the brokers initially agreed on for their offer. They offered higher numbers. This is a problem because that basically breaks that entirely. And there's no way of fixing that other than rerunning the game. Shoot, that's not fun at all. That completely breaks the game essentially, because there's the game can just auto accept anything down to the minimum. Can we accept Ben's score as 6100 and redo? You know what? We can do something along those lines. Yes. Yeah, we could do something along those lines. Problem is that any brokers that scored any points, I don't have any track data. Well, I do have track data, but I have to go all the way to the end of the game to actually reveal it, and I don't want to continue to the end of the game in this situation. So, like I say, Quiz, I haven't put in a restore feature yet because it's not been a critical feature to request. I'd rather have the game working first, and at the moment the game is not really working because the offers are completely skewed. Yeah, the closest that I could do is I could possibly try and restore the game by giving Pum and Ben 6100 doots in the round. How can I achieve that without messing around? So
if it would affect the number of dutes I have and my amount that I would have gotten right in the round, I personally don't have any mind starting over, but depends on how many questions and all that.
Well, that's the thing, is that these rounds are all individually authored. So
gotcha.
the pack the set of 10 you'd see is exactly the same.
Gotcha.
I mean, obviously I can just switch to a different pack, but and essentially void that round. We could do that. I could switch to pack 4, play it again, David's pack 4, because we've not seen any of that yet. Play it out again, and I say to David that we sort of scrub the first 10 of pack 3, and we'll do that over again at some other time once I fix the bug. Does that sound reasonable and fair to everyone? So I sort of abandon this game right now, fix the bug, the critical bug, and then we'll switch to David's pack 4, which essentially should be exactly the same difficulty because it's David writing them again. There'll be 10 brand new questions. Obviously, all the other questions were brand new. You just would never have seen what they were. I scrubbed that pack for the time being. David can fix it by just fixing those first 10. That's a simple fix there. And all the brokers get an equal chance again to start again. I need to fast track you 4 through to the main game, which I can sort of do by saying only you 4 enter in a lobby code and hope that everyone sticks to their word. Actually, no, I don't even need to worry about that because I can manually modify the order. It's fine. I can manually modify the order. So I think that's going to be the route we follow through then. So that is what I'm going to do. We're going to abandon that game. I'm going to fix this hideous bug that I introduced. So minimum bid needs to be minimum of bid 1, bid 2, but MathF maximum of that and the minimum allowed offer. And then the preferred bid is the maximum value out of bid 1, bid 2, and the minimum allowed offer. So that means the minimum bid allowed is the minimum value out of the 2 offers that they gave me, but must still be larger than the minimum allowed offer if it is, or the minimum allowed offer if they didn't specify anything, but they shouldn't do that anyway. I think that's the right logic now. It's 3 numbers that have to be min-maxed in the right order, and fix that for round 1, 2, and 3. Apologies to everyone in this situation. I did say ahead of time that things might happen, and they certainly did. Minimum bid, preferred bid, minimum bid, preferred bid, minimum bid, bid 1, bid 2, minimum value of those 2, but the maximum of that could result and the minimum allowed. Right, sounds about right in my head. This is what I get for fast coding stuff and not really proofing it, because it's very difficult to proof this as a single player. Anyway, I need to change the game to use the different pack. So I'm going to switch to David's pack 4 and confirm that it is using pack 4, which it is. Beautiful. And let's bring it all back to you. You can get to hear this music again, why not? Music and stuff. Okay, so if you want to be a broker, then hello, game. There we go. If you want to be a broker, now you can whisper your occupation to me, please. And to the 4 players that are currently with me, so Clive, Ben, Samster, Naked Grandma, can you put in a 4-digit vault code? And also, yeah, Shadowmain! Lupine! But it doesn't matter because I can reorder it, but I need those 4, I need the 4 names at the very least. So yeah, Clive, Naked, Samster, and Ben, I got those, that's fine. Yeah, if you want to be a... If you want to be a broker, then please enter in an occupation alias. Don't need to put in a vault code because I've already said that we want to try and expedite these 4 players particularly. But it's fine because I can manually adjust the order anyway. Whew. I'll give the brokers about a minute at most to join in as their titles say, Togi! Some interesting titles coming through though. A microwave correspondent. A wipeout paperweight supplier. Letter shuffler, wannabe game show host, Carol Channing impersonator. Lovely. Did you want to play the same questions to check your code? No, I'm reasonably happy with the way the code works now. The way I had it before was nearly right, but I forgot that the minimum allowed offer needed to have a max comparator rather than a minimum comparator. Coolio! Car! So it was just missing a bracket in one place and an operator putting in. Round 1, round 2, and round 3 have all had that minimum bid fix placed. So presumably that's all good. We now have the 4 we need. Beautiful. Alright. I think that's been a minute now. So thank you for joining. And if you... okay, people are rejoining because they entered in the 4-digit vault code and left and then had to re-enter. Okay, I think we're going to close the lobby off. And I wonder what the vault code was this time. It was 8, 4, 4, 1. And let me reorder things. So we need to have Ben in position element 3. We had Samster was position 0. Naked Grandma and Clive. That was the order. So, running order for the game is Ben, Clive, Naked Grandma, Samster. That's the order it should be. Hopefully, this should stick, and hopefully it should all work. So, let's do it over again, and return back to you. Hey, it's Ben again. Hello, Ben.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Good, right.
I'm a bit unfamiliar with the rules. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, cool. Okay, I mean, what we could do is we could basically play all of that off as here's a quick tech rehearsal, and we're fixing things on the fly. It's just one of those things. So hopefully this time, broker minimum offers will be correctly accounted for, and we'll see how it goes. So Ben, are you ready to play?
Let's do it.
Okay, good luck. You do have 10 brand new questions here, which is it's a slightly unfair that you get the 10 questions, but it's the best that I could do in the situation. Well, I confirm that I am still using pack 4 here rather than you getting to see the same questions again. You are on pack 4. Beautiful. Right, 3 minutes of the clock. You start off with 1,000 dukes, 100 dukes per correct answer you give me, and 5,000 if you can give me all 10. Here we go. Time starts now. Foil, saber, and epee are swords. Absolutely. On an email, what does CC stand
Carbon
for?
copy.
It does indeed. The 2028 Summer Olympics is due to take place in which city? It is indeed. What layer of the Earth lies outside the core? It does indeed. Which cartoon inspired the RPG computer game called The Stick of Truth?
South Park.
It is. Who plays Pam Beasley in the NBC version of The Office?
Pass.
Go pass. How many keys are there on a standard, full-size piano keyboard? It is indeed 88. Which ransomware attack affected over 150 countries in May of 2017?
Pass.
Okay. Which production company makes the Minions series of films?
Pass.
Okay, and question 10. Which fish is the main ingredient of the sandwich paste called Gentleman's Relish?
Haddock.
Nope.
Pollock.
Nope.
Pass.
Okay, coming back to question 6 now. There's an offer on the table for the minimum 100.
Take it.
Okay, it's Jenna Fisher. Next one, offer on the table for 400.
Counter 200.
Accepted. It was WannaCry. Offer on the table for 225.
Gosh, I'm thinking this one. Illumination.
It is Illumination, yes. And question 10, offer on the table for 250.
I'm just trying to think of
Still have over a minute left.
Counter 200.
Accepted. Answer was anchovy.
I'll take it.
You'll take it, indeed. And you end that round with 6,500 dutes. So you got yourself 400 dutes more than the previous game. So it's pretty average, actually. Pretty similar to the similar score. So I think we'll take that. And yes, anchovy absolutely is Gentleman's Relish. So very well played. You had a good run at the beginning there, just really rapidly through the questions.
Yeah, then you get into the computer stuff and I'm gone.
Well, 6,500, it's a good value. We'll see how that stands once we go through all 4 players, because the top 2 will advance through to the head-to-head. But for the time being, thank you very much for playing, Bent. We'll catch you in a bit. We now move on to second player, which is Clive of Legend. Hello, Clive.
Yeah.
Sorry for the delay and everything, but I hope you're okay.
No worries, it happens.
It does indeed. So 6,500, do you think you'd be able to beat that?
I wish I'd had that pack, because I really doubt it with anything else.
Well, might be for a similar difficulty. We'll find out. What's your sort of strategy for your brokering, or do you not want to give that away?
No, I'm probably going to go as low as I can, so don't offer too high, gang. Sorry.
Well, they'll take that however they will. So, Clive, are you ready to play?
Yes, please.
All right. Good luck to you. Nearly 3 minutes on the clock starts with 1,000 doots, 100 for each correct, and 5,000 for the full set. Time starts now. Mount Everest is part of which range of mountains?
Himalayas.
It is. Often depicted on necklaces and bracelets, who is the patron saint of travellers?
Oh. Pass.
Okay. After 37 years of rule, which president of Zimbabwe resigned in November of 2017?
Oh. Pass again.
Okay. What function is the ratio of the adjacent to the hypotenuse in a right-angled triangle?
Secant, cosine.
Cosine is correct. Which region of Spain declared independence in October of 2017 after a referendum?
Andalusia,
Nope.
oh, what the hell is it called? Catalan. Catalonia.
That's correct, yes.
There we
Catalonia. The roaring game is a nickname for which winter sport?
Curling?
It is. Which town in Indiana is the setting for Parks and Recreation?
Pawnee.
It is Pawnee, yes. How many books are there in the Protestant version of the Old Testament?
Oh, here we go. 24, 25, 34, 35, 44, 45, 54, 55.
Nothing right yet.
29, 39, 49.
There it is,
59.
39, yeah. In which pastoral RPG does the player begin by moving in to Pelican Town?
Oh, what the hell is it called? On my buy list for ages. Pass.
Okay, in question 10, which Italian custard is made from whipped egg yolk, sugar, and Marsala wine?
Pass.
Okay, going back to question 2 now. Offer on table for 250.
Offer 150.
Accepted. It's Christopher. Offer for 250 for question 3.
I should know this.
Less than 50 seconds now.
Yep. Offer 100.
No, rejected. Offer now for 300.
Try 100 again.
Rejected. Offer now for 150.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Answer is Robert Mugabe. Question number
Yeah.
9. Offer for 300. 30 seconds.
Pass for now.
Pass for now. Okay, question 10. Offer for 250.
Offer 150.
150. Accepted. It's Zabaglione. And question number 9. Offer for 300. 15 seconds. 10.
Counter 150.
Not accepted. 350
Counter
now.
150.
Not accepted. 300.
Counter 150.
Not accepted.
Counter
300.
150.
It is accepted.
Ah! Oh, of course it
Stardew
is.
Valley. Stardew Valley. But from the looks of things, that locked in after the time.
Oh.
So you
damn.
did not actually get the 5,000 doots nor that final question from the looks of things. You
Oh,
locked
well.
in just after. So you end that round with 1,400 doots, unfortunately, but that's what you get for trying to take the one of the lowest offers with 150 just over and over and over again. It did indeed turn green. Can't quiz, won't quiz, but the action of it going green is independent of the round timer. So if it happens at the wrong time, then it reveals it as correct answer, because it did technically give me a right answer, but it is out of time. So that is your total this time round, Clive, 1,400. It might still be a qualifying score for round number 2, the head-to-head, but we will find out how well your fellow competitors do. Yeah, Robert Mugabe seemed to be a bit of a stump for you there.
I'm furious at myself for that. That and Stardew Valley I should have had, but
Mm-hmm.
you know. how it
and
is.
also forgetting 9 had 4 letters in it as well.
Yeah, that took me. I'm glad I got that. I was perfectly willing to spend 2 minutes trying to guess that, so I'm glad that only took 45 seconds.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, 1,400 doots, that's your current score. We'll find out if that is good enough to take you to the head-to-head. For the time being, thank you very much, Clive.
Thank you.
Now move on to third player, Naked Grandma. Welcome, Naked Grandma.
Hiya.
How are you doing this evening?
Oh, I can't complain too much.
Can't complain too much, absolutely. So just seen there, Clive finishing on 1,400. So that is sort of your target, is to beat that to be able to advance through to round number 2. So you don't necessarily need a full 5,000 bonus. In theory, you could just get 5 questions correct, not deal with the brokers at all, and just sort of count the time down, but that's a bit kind of cheap. But it is a valid strategy you could play here, I suppose. How well do you think you will do, though?
Well, I knew a majority of the last 20 questions, so I guess I'm confident.
Okay, we'll find out how well that confidence takes you through this round. So, say again for you, 1,000 to start with, 100 for each correct answer, 5,000 if you give me all 10, 3 minutes on the clock. You ready to play?
All good to go.
Okay, good luck. And we'll start now. What is the only European country with an X in
Luxembourg?
its name? It is Luxembourg. What is the 9th month of the Islamic calendar year when Muslims observe fasting?
Pass.
Okay, pass. Who was the 3rd president of the USA?
Thomas Jefferson?
Correct. A set is a burrowed home of what animal?
Badger?
It is a badger, yes. Which national holiday is celebrated in France every July the 14th?
Pass.
Okay, passing. Which highly paid actress plays Gloria Delgado Pritchett in Modern Family?
Sofia Vergara?
Correct, yes. Question 7. What was the subtitle of the RPG game The Elder Scrolls
Oblivion.
4? It is Oblivion, yes. How many UN member countries are part of the continent of Africa?
Pass.
Okay, question 9. What is a strolling folk band in Mexico
Mariachi?
called? It is. And question 10. Synonymous with the age of piracy, which Spanish gold coin was worth 2 pistols?
Pass.
Okay, back to question 2 now. Offer on the table for 200.
Counter 150?
Not accepted. Now on offer for 400.
Counter 200?
Accepted. It is Ramadan. About 1.5 minutes left on the clock. Question 5. Offer for 650.
Pass for now.
Pass for now. Okay, question 8. There's an offer on the table for 400.
Okay, counter 200?
Not accepted. There's an offer minimum 100.
Take it.
It is 54. Question number 10. There's an offer for 400.
Counter 200.
Not accepted. Offer for 250.
Take it.
There is a doubloon. And question number 5. Back again. Offer for 650.
I feel like I should know this.
You've got 50 seconds still.
Okay, counter 250?
It is accepted. Answer is Bastille Day. Oh, you needed that last correct answer, though, because you had actually dipped just below Clive's total. So if you didn't have that correct answer, then that would have been it. But you did manage to negotiate 250 for it. Bastille Day correct. And you go up to 6,200 doots, which I believe places you in 2nd place now with the totals. Very well played. Some very quick answers. What did you think of that set there, Nekograma?
I thought I did pretty good. I definitely didn't know Bastille Day, though, so I'm glad I took that off.
Fair enough. Those in chat checking for doots. The doots aren't done automatically at the end of each round. You have to wait until the end of the game for the doots to actually account for. So it's not worth checking for your doot values to see if you've been paid anything yet. We will see how you stand on the leaderboard in the moment of your current amount of doots that you've acquired. But it only actually adds the doots to the bank at the end of the game. Okay. So, that does indeed put Pum and Ben automatically as an advancing player into round number 2. So, just need to... there's no no problem for them now. 6,200 could be an advancing score. Just depends how well Samster will do in a moment. But for the time being, thank you very much for playing Nekograma. Okay, and we move on to our 4th player. It is Samster. Good luck. Hello there, Samster.
Hello.
How are you doing this evening?
Pretty good, yeah. I did pretty well in those packs, so quietly confident, I'll say.
Quietly confident. That's what we like to hear. Do you think you can get more than 6,200 doots in this round to advance through?
I'd like to think so, but they do say pride comes before a fall, so,
In that case, Matt, it will consider the first of all how many correct answers the player themselves gave. So whoever gave me more correct answers on their own without any additional help will have priority. And then after that, I think it's time left on the clock. So the person who locked in their final correct answer, or whatever the answer it was, the earliest, will then be given priority. That's, I think, the ordering it takes, Matt, in the case of a tie. Okay. Same situation for you, Sam. So 3 minutes on the clock. Start off with 1,000 doots. Add 100 doots for each correct answer, and 5,000 for a full complete set. Are you ready to play?
Yep.
Okay, good luck to you. And your time starts now. Gold Coast is a coastal city in which Australian state?
Queensland.
It is. Which Shakespeare play is also the title of a 1981 Dire Straits hit?
Romeo and Juliet.
It is. Salix babylonica is a Latin name for which tree with drooping branches?
Weeping Willow.
It is. Who was Joe Biden's running mate in the 2020 US presidential election?
Kamala Harris.
It is. Earl Hindman played which unseen neighbour in the sitcom Home Improvement?
Pass.
Okay, passing. What is the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet?
Pass.
Okay, question 7. RPG Fallout New Vegas is primarily set in which real-life geographic feature?
Something desert. Mojave Desert.
It is Mojave Desert, yes. How many Major League Soccer teams are there in the US?
36.
Nope.
That's 31.
Nope.
30. Ooh. Pass.
Okay, question 9. Which film company's logo shows Elliot and E.T. on a flying bike in front of the moon?
Amblin.
It is Amblin, yes. And question 10. In hieroglyphics, what is an elongated oval that contains the names of kings?
Elongated oval.
1 minute left. Okay, back to number 5. Offer the table for 400.
Offered 200.
Accepted, it's Wilson.
Oh,
Question 6. An offer for 400.
I should know this. Is it a left?
It is Aleph, yes. Question number 8. Offer for 100.
26.
It is 26, yes. Question number 10. Offer for 250. 30 seconds left.
Offer 150.
Accepted, and it is a cartouche. That is what we're looking for. And that is a complete set. Another 5,000 for you. Brings your total up to 6,650 doots. And you actually take first place on the board from what my memory serves. Very good game there, Samster. I'm kind of surprised how long it took you on the number. On the
I know,
number of
it's the
MLB.
little things that get you. And
it
that
really
was way
is.
more nerve-wracking than I thought it was going to be. That was, yeah.
Well, that's that. I guess it's the music more than anything, really, isn't it? It sort
Yeah,
of ratchets up the
it's
tension.
everything that's tense, yeah.
Absolutely. But very well played there, and you will be advancing through as well as Pub and Ben. We'll see that on the board in a moment, but very well played. Let's quickly go to the leaderboard of players. There they are. So, Samster with 6,650 and Pum and Ben with 6,500. They will advance through to the head-to-head. Commiserations to Naked Grandma and Clive of Legend will not. However, you will be taking those doots with you at the end of the game when we actually tally everything up. So, thank you very much for Clive of Legend and Naked Grandma. Thank you very much for playing. I hope you had fun.
Great as always, Ash.
Had a fun time as always.
Lovely. Thank you very much for that, and we will catch you later. As for the brokers, let's have a look at the broker leaderboard. So, currently in the lead with 1,850 doots is the Antique Tchotchke Collector. Okay, fair enough. Followed by Negativist with 1,550 doots, and the Nuclear Weapon Specialist with 1,350 doots. But it's still all to play for as we go into round number 2, the head-to-head. Had Clive got the answer in time, he would have tied with Pummerman, indeed. So, we're now going to be going to the head-to-head between Samster and Pummerman Ben. We will have, if memory serves, 4 minutes on the clock, and we'll have questions where you take it in turns to answer. I forget who it will go to first, but it'll go to one of you two first, and then you'll have 20 seconds to give me an answer to the question. If you do not give me an answer in that time, they will pass over to the other player, and they will have 20 seconds to answer. If they don't answer, then the answer will be revealed, and they will move on to the next question. And control of that question on the first, it will then pass over to the next player. So if Samster had the first question to start with, then Pummerman will have the second question to start with. Offers in this round are completely dynamic, so as soon as they come through, then they'll appear on the video wall behind you, and you can accept or reject if they're up there. And it's whoever has the most amount of money in this round. Whoever has the most amount of money left in their balance in this round will get an extra 5,000 doots added to a total, which then basically guarantees you the win, because it actually calculates who has the overall total at the end of round 2 as whoever actually goes for the final. But both of you got the 5,000 doot bonus from the first round, so it should be whoever has essentially the most money in this round will advance through to the final. In this round, you'll get yourself another 1,000 doots to start with, to play with, and each correct answer is 200 doots to add with. So that does mean to the brokers, the minimum value now is 200 for this round. Again, I would recommend you bidding more than that anyway, but the absolute minimum is 200. And that's basically it. We have 20 questions to play through. If by some miracle we manage to get through all 20 questions in the 4 minutes, then the game will end. Does that make sense to you, Ben?
Yes, I had one question. In the first round I did this. Is it okay to interrupt with the answer?
That's absolutely fine. Yeah, I don't mind it. I think on the original show they don't, but I don't mind it at all because I can deal with it. So
I just want to make sure I'm not, being rude.
Yeah. I understand that you understand that sometimes there are protocols in that regard, but I don't care in this game. If you give me a correct answer while I'm reading it, that's fine. Especially in this round, because the timer starts as soon as the question is revealed. Whereas previously I would manually press the timer start button and sometimes forget, so some people will actually have more than what was 15 seconds to answer a question. But now it just starts the timer as soon as the question is revealed on screen. Okay, so Ben's happy. Are you happy with the rules, Samster?
Yep, ready to go.
Beautiful. All right, let's head over there right now. So we're going to be going to Samster first. So I believe it's done it in order of score. So Samster did the best, so we'll be starting with Samster first. So, are you ready to play?
Yes.
Okay, good luck to you both. 4 minutes on the clock. And Samster, you'll be seeing the first question, and the time will start now. The main airport in Pisa, Italy is named after which scientist?
Galileo.
It is Galileo. Ben, what is the term for a compulsive urge to steal without regard? It is kleptomania, yes. Samster, which Russian writer penned the plays Uncle Vanya and Three Sisters? Offer for 250.
Offer 150.
No. Offer for 200.
Offer 150.
No. Offer for 200.
Take it.
Accepted. Anton Chekhov was the answer. Ben, founded by George Fox, what is another name for the Society of Friends? Offer for 400.
Counter 200.
Accepted. It's Quakers.
Of course.
Sam, who first hosted Who Wants to Be a Millionaire in US television
Meredith
syndication?
Vieira.
It is Meredith Vieira, yes. Ben, which former New York mayor appears in Borat's subsequent... It is Rudy Giuliani, yes. Sam, which coarse wooden cloth with a long nap is used to cover snooker tables? Offer for Oh, interesting. Offer for 500. Whoa. That's very weird. Offer for 200.
Take it.
It's a Bays. I think I know what that problem is. Which controversial US stand-up comedian had a tour called Jesus is Magic? Offer for 247.
Counter 200.
Not accepted. 225.
Counter 200.
No, not accepted. Offer for 300 now. Control over to Sam. Offer for 200.
Take it.
It is Sarah Silverman. Sam, your question. What Asian fruit-eating bat has a head that resembles another animal? Offer 400.
Offer 200.
Accepted as a flying fox. Ben, Karen Kilgriff, and Georgia Hardstark host a podcast called My Favorite What? Offer for 250.
Offer 200.
Accepted. It is Murder. Sam, Menocine is a Greek goddess of what ability? Offer for 500. No, 400.
I think I should work this out.
5
Offer
seconds.
200.
No, not accepted. 540.
Offer
And
200.
control over now to Ben.
Memory.
It is Memory, yes. And Ben, your question. Which burger chain was founded by Jerry Morrell and his 4 sons?
Five Guys.
It is Five Guys. Sam, your question. In the money of the Harry Potter world, 29 nuts are worth the same as 1 what? Offer for 329. No, 269.
Sickle.
It is a sickle, yes. Ben, your question. Which operatic aria has a title that translates to Let No One Sleep? Offer for 300. No, 300 also.
Offer 200.
Yes,
Take
it is. Nessun Dorma. Sam, what adjective is given to 2 shapes that coincide exactly when superimposed? Offer for 250.
Congruent.
It is congruent, yes. Ben, what is Japan's largest company by market capitalization?
Toyota.
It is Toyota, yes. Sam, which Italian striker who retired in 2004 was nicknamed the Divine Ponytail?
Robert Baggio.
Yes, it is. Ben, bromelain is an enzyme extracted from the stem of which fruit? Offer for 250. Nope, 350, 450.
Oh.
10
Pineapple.
seconds. It is pineapple, yes. Sam, what type of paint consists of pigment mixed with egg yolk?
Tempera.
Ah! Couldn't press it in time. You were right, though, and it is indeed tempera. Ouch! Because that would have tied it up on the dudes. And it's what? And apparently, controller's now passed over to Ben, which is interesting. That's a bug. I'm aware of what's happening with the queue. It's pushing people to the front of the queue because they have not seen their offer on screen before, but it's not. What am I saying? It's not sort of controlling the queue and pausing it, as it were, while an offer is active on screen. So that's why the offers were suddenly shifting like that. So that is a bug, but at least not a completely critical bug. It's just trying to reorder the queue. I told you there would probably be some bugs with the queue, and that's probably the major one. I mean, it's quite violent as well. Like the offers going up and down as they happen. But there you go. So that was a very good game. Like 9 correct answers each. We nearly did hit the 20 question cap. That was the 19th question, tempera. So yeah, that's quite impressive. Let's have it not do that. Let's have a look at the standings. And what? Oh yes, because what? How did that work? Maths?
It didn't add in the extra 5,000 for the round. Those are just our total scores.
Yeah, but it was the other way around though, right?
No, I should have 50. Yeah, because Samster was ahead of me by 150 going in, and I was ahead by 200 at the end of the round. So
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
so I should
that
be ahead
makes
by
sense.
50.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. But yes, it hasn't added the 5,000 to that total. That's why I'm getting really confused. But okay, it does make sense. Pum and Ben will be advancing through to the final. Yeah, for some reason it hasn't added the 5,000 extra, which it should have done. But very close game, and commiserations there to Samster. Very great game. I hope you had fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Well played by Ben. Yeah, that was
You-
enjoyed that.
Samster and I have actually been a team on a couple of games recently, and we matched together really well, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Didn't add because total answers are tied, maybe. No, that might be based off the number of correct answers, not necessarily the totals. Oh, I forgot. That's the bit, isn't it? That's the thing. I forgot. It is that extra mechanic. Is that in this one it counts the correct ounce account? They were the same, so no 5,000 bonus was given for that reason. There we go. There it is. Ah, jeez. We're all learning the rules, even to my own game. But that's how it works. So I suppose it should technically give it to both, but at the moment I don't give it to either. But anyway,
Ben wins either way, so it's a bit too.
yeah. Either way, yeah. Ben takes the win here, and we were saying goodbye to Samson. But thank you very much for playing, Samson, and we'll catch you later.
Thanks again.
All right. So Ben, you are 10 questions away now from getting yourself up to 100,000 doots or a bit more. How are you feeling?
A little bit spent, but doing good.
Right, so this is going to be the final round in a moment. But first of all, let's have a look at the brokers to see how well they've been doing. And again, the Antique Tchotchke Collector doing pretty well there now with 2,150 dukes. The Negativist with 2,050. And the Carol Channing Impersonator now with 1,800 dukes to their total. So, the final round. The question values will increase as we go further and further on. You cannot pass on a question anymore. So to advance to the next question, you must give me a correct answer or broker an answer to be able to do so. Gotcha. Once we have gotten to completing question number 9, we will stop the clock and just sort of take a quick breather. All right. And then we will move on to question 10, which in theory you should be playing on your own. I don't know if I still have the logic in yet to actually exclude that, but in theory, question number 10, you are on your own. You're supposed to answer it on your own to get the jackpot 100,000 doots added. Again, you're getting a straight 50 for a correct answer. However, the minimum offer in this round is set at 250. But as I say, the question values will increase over time, where we're getting to like offers of like, you know, questions will be a value of like 10,000 doots at some point. So at this point, I would start recommending to brokers, this is where you want to go all in with your offers, because that's it. That's basically it. And all the dukes will be added at the end of the game. If you're checking for duke values right now, it should be added at the end, not right yet. So that, I believe, is everything I need to say before going into the final round. It's doing things in the game that I don't know, but we are back to you, Ben, at least. That makes sense. So, as I say, you cannot pass. You can only move on to the next question if you give me a correct answer. There's only 90 seconds on the clock, though. So, it's either going to be correct answer very quickly, or you may have to broker an answer very quickly to be able to get through to the 10th question in time.
Gotcha.
Are you ready to play?
What do I start with? Anything? Or do I start with the score from the beginning?
You're basically starting with your balance right now from what memory serves. So you have up to that much to broker with from this point onwards.
Gotcha.
Okay. Good luck to you. 90 seconds on the clock, 10 questions to 100,000 dukes. First one will be for 250. And 2 minutes on the clock even. So I've given you more time. 2 minutes on the clock. Okay. Time starts now. What title is given to the chief spiritual leader of the Tibetan Buddhist? That is the Dalai Lama. Now for 300 extra dukes. In the US, how else is the Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act known?
Obamacare.
It is Obamacare. Now for another 400 dukes. What does the letter D stand for in the name of Doctor Who's TARDIS? It is Dimension, yes. Now for another 500 dukes. What is the term for the front of a stage closest to the audience?
Apron.
It is the apron. Now for another 1,000 dukes. How is the Japanese word for thank you usually transliterated into English? Arigato is correct. Another 3,000 dukes now. Where are kept in an ossuary? Or what are kept in an ossuary, probably? Nope. It's an offer for 500.
I'll take that offer.
It's bones. Which ancient Greek galley ship is named after its 3 banks of oars?
Trireme?
It is a trireme, yes. Now for another 7,000 dutes. Which rule says pressure varies inversely to volume for... Say it again?
Boyle's Law.
Yes, Boyle's Law is correct for another 10,000 dutes. What name is given to the 11th, 12th, and 13th holes at Augusta National Golf Club?
I'll take that offer.
Take that offer. It is Amen Corner. God, some people making some really low offers, making it super easy for you to get there. So, taking a quick break to take stock of the situation we have here. 41 seconds left on the clock to figure out this final question.
Oh, I can't tell if that's the drum beats and the music or my heartbeat.
It's supposed to emulate a heartbeat, but I do appreciate that. So, yeah, 41 seconds to think on this final question. Okay. In theory, you should have no help, but I think the offer will come through. Shall we just say, as a gentleman's agreement, that you do not accept it?
That's fine.
Okay, so this is just you and the question for 100,000 extra dutes to your total.
Nothing at risk?
Nothing at risk. You'll still take that 35,150 away with you, even if you don't give me a right answer here. So that is safe. This is just for 100,000 dutes now.
All right.
You ready?
Yes.
Here is your question. Which firm manufactured the Odyssey, the first commercial home game?
Magnavox!
It is Magnavox for 100 extra 1,000 dutes.
Yay!
Brings your total up to 135,150 dutes. Just like that. Wow. Who'd have thought Magnavox would come in to give you 100,000 dutes, eh? How do you feel?
Oh, it's great.
Let's have a quick looky-loo at the leaderboard. There you are, 135,150 dutes for you. And the brokers. So at the end there, the Negativist and the Antique Tchotchke Collector actually tied it up with 2,350 dutes each. The Carol Channing impersonator, apparently that abruptly stops, finishes with 2,050 dutes. The Anaphylactic Shocker with 1,750 dutes. Nut Pusher 1,600 dutes, and that is the top line. And hopefully if I press the next button... and maybe press another button. Dutes have been updated! There you go. There's a reason I put that message in, because I wanted to know if it actually sent the message through. So now your dutes have been updated based off of that. Oh, so apart from the jumping the queue that I need to fix, that kind of worked okay, I think. Is that fair to say, Ben?
I think it were fine.
I mean,
a little biased, though. I mean,
oh yeah, you're a bit biased. You got some easy offers in there coming through as well. But
thank you, brokers.
Well, that's the brokers nickel and diming their way through, I suppose.
Yeah.
Well, an absolute winner of the vault with Ben there. 135,000 dutes sent your way. Thank you very much for playing, and we'll catch you later.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
No problem. All right. So, that was a great game, that. I really enjoyed that. What I'm going to do now is, we're just going to bring in the pretzel music for a little bit, because I need to fix the queue issues. So, what I need to do now is figure out what I'm doing with the current offer, because that is the problem, is that this is doing a peek of the queue, but it's not remembering which offer is sort of there. So, do I do a... Oh, I can figure this out. I just need an extra variable. So, offer, current offer is null, and we sort of expand this out a bit. So, offer... Oh, I can't do an expression body like that in C#. You have to do it like this. So what you do is offer the front offer is that and we go Oh, hang on. No, that's not quite right. If current offer is not equal to null, then you just return that straight. However, if you do this, you go front offer. Oh, you just do this. And then to move on to the next offer, I need to have a setter to set to null. Or I could just set the private to null. Does that make sense? So if I've stored a current offer variable, then I return that and ignore the queue for whatever it's doing. But then it means I need to remember to remove from the queue in a different position other than 0, because the offer might not be in the 0th position now. So that's a fix I need to worry about. So let me find that. Current offer queue. Reject offer. I need to change this to be private void remove offer, and you go offers remove offer with a lowercase, cannot use local variable offer before it's declared because I'm declaring it there. Ignore that. And then offerers remove the offer.alias. And then we add viewing of that count and ignore the remove. And because I've broken the method, it's going to do all this. So all the times I make that call, I'll be doing this, which means I then do that. So if I copy paste this, yes, copy paste, ignore me saying that, but copy paste. If I do that, and round 3 do the same, copy paste, and then go back to round 1 and change property. So copy that, round 2 sequence. Should be a current offer somewhere. Where is that? There it is. Round 3. Go up. It's that. And also need to copy the private. Round 1. Round 2. That needs to go after the matcher. And round 3 again after the matcher. Now this is complaining because... Oh, I've copied the wrong freaking property. That always helps. I copied current offer queue rather than current offer. That's my bad. Paste. And paste. And then the other thing I need to do is make certain that offers over the edge of the game can't happen. So round 1 we need to clear current offer out at the end. So the end of a run, so that's going to be sequence. At the end of that we force the offer display. So that there is, wait for continue. That resets everything. So we put a current offer as null there. And also at the end, we just sort of do a one of those as well. And I think that will do it. That will now persist whatever offer came through. They're not necessarily at the front of the queue by the time that happens, but then it should push others ahead of it, essentially. I think that makes sense. Okay, I'm back to you, chat. Now I'm actually looking at you again. Apologies for the delay, but you know, it's a thing to fix. There was something else someone else mentioning in chat and we said we would address it at the end. What was that? What was that was mentioned? I think Score Count said something, and was it Lugaroo maybe? So I'm just sort of thinking. I do it as a professional job, Ben. So I kind of have to do a decent job. Ignore the fact that I'm copy pasting a lot. That's bad practice. Copy pasting is a code smell. People showing up in the queue immediately after their offer was accepted. After their offer was accepted, it should do the count at the right. Let's have a look at that then. When does it do the... So that's going to be removed... Oh! That's a good call, actually. Hang on. That is a good call. Because... Remove offer. When is that called? Is it only called when the offer's rejected? Because that's the bit that actually does the count. That's why. Good call. Very well caught for catching that. Because I didn't catch that. So accepting an offer needs to do the same thing. In essence, I need to remove said offer. So what does that mean in essence? Negotiate will do take offer automatically, so it should be able to just do it there, I think. Excuse me. Let's take offer. Round 2. Take offer needs to do a similar thing. And round 3 needs to do a similar thing. That is a very good catch. I didn't see that one happening at all. So yeah, good one. Good one on that. Oh, hang on though, because there's a clear here. Why is there a clear there? That shouldn't happen. I need to do that then. Is that only on round 3 that it does that? Yes, because there's only the one queue it needs, because each question is individual. So long as I do it in the right order on round 3, there we go. Take offering off. Remove that offer that we currently oh wait, hang on, that's not even the right method. Duh. Whoa. Put it in the right method, actually. Where the hell? Take offer. There we go. So reveal answer was that. Correct answer, just ignore the offer. It didn't count. So at least they'll still get a second chance on the next question coming up. Unless I do say that they had their vision, but I don't know, that's dependent on the player. So I'd say it shouldn't count as a sort of viewing if the offer wasn't touched at all. We just ignore it. I think that's fair. So take offer will now remove the offer, which will then give them a count, so that then on the next pass through they're not as prevalent. I think that's now fine after that catch. Was there anything else that people caught that they thought was a bit weird? Yeah, was there anything else that anyone... There was obviously that timer thing where the answer came through at just the wrong time. But that's different. That one was the answer came through at the wrong time, in essence. And that's going to be harder to fix in a shorter time. So I think we're going to be good for now. Unless anyone else can think of any other game-breaking ideas. I can't do that, Jack Wilfred, sorry. But I think we'll be ready to play. So, we are now going to swap over to Proogs' pack. Proogs very generously wrote a Vault pack some time ago. We're now finally getting a chance to use it. So, this will be Proogs. So, David, if you did want to join, you could do. I'm going to hit save. in Unity before things go bloom. Proogs, yes, Proogs. Okay, let's start the game up again and hope that the queue is at least a little more bearable. In theory, it should be fine. So, like, if the offer is null, then it will peak the current offer and set it and return it. If it's not null, then just return it, ignore what the queue says right now, and I reset the current offer to null when I accept or reject. But no, that's not good enough. That isn't good enough. I've just realised that is not good enough, because what if you just go to the next question? It needs to clear out the current one on that situation. I've just realised that is another situation. This is why you talk things out as a programmer, because you suddenly figure out that there's other edge cases to deal with. So I actually need to deal with the fact that the offer queue changes. So on next question, I need to reset it again. So begin question, I need to reset current offer back to null so that it can deal with that. Otherwise, it would just be stuck on an offer for a question that's not even active, which would be bad. So begin question, which happens on a correct or a pass or an offer change. No, not an offer change, but on a pass or a correct answer or a time out in round 2. There we go. There we go. Yeah, rubber duck programming. Absolutely. Rubber duck programming or debugging is the often what it's known about. You sort of just get a rubber ducky on your table, you just talk to it, trying to explain what you're doing, and then you suddenly go, oh yeah, that's another thing. So we are using Volt Proogs again. You know, I didn't even check to see if the format of that CSV is good. I should have done that. I think it should be good. Let me have a nosy and open it up in Sublime off screen. Because I should have done that. ID question correct answer is the format of the table. Looks good to me. Alright, we should be good. Should be good. Okay, so this is going to be the final game because we had technical issues. So if you want to be a broker, then enter in an occupation alias into Whisper. If you want to play as a main player, you need to have voice, and you need to enter in a 4-digit vault code. The closest 4 will then get to join me here in Discord. Those that have played just then, so Pummerman, Clive, Samster, and Nekagramma, if you could abstain from entering the vault code, then that'll be great. Obviously, I can adjust for that anyway, so even if you did want to guess, I can adjust for the fact that you've already played and drop you down the queue. And you've already given me a pack 3 with some new questions. Beautiful, David. That's great. Sorry for sort of scrubbing those questions from the game, but at least the 10 questions were played out. Let's put it that way. So let's go to the lobby. I'll give you a couple of minutes to get yourself in on the lobby. Chief Respecter of the Beef, the Runcorn Division. Oh, an interesting title. Someone's gone with the alias of my offer is. So whenever they come up, we'll have to say my offer is. How did that game feel? Bugs aside, how did it feel balance-wise? I know that there are still people like nickel and diming the offers, but I can't do much about that other than increasing the limits further again, which doesn't feel right in this game to do that. I was averse to putting in minimums to start with, but sort of came around to the idea of at least doing the question minimum. That makes sense, and I can at least specify what that number is in each round. If you want to put in a vault code, you need to do it as a whisper, Those that are in public chat, can you do it as a whisper and then it'll get accepted? Yeah, apart from the bids, it was fine. It's the nature of the game. The thing is that we just have so many brokers that, as some people have said, it's sort of a race to the bottom, in a way. So we may have to think of more aggressive ways to incentivize higher offers from the brokers. Be it some sort of elimination phase to keep you in game, be it you can only play on one of the rounds, be it you only have one chance of an offer and that's all you're going to get until everyone's had a chance. One offer per game is another thing that could be. That's what I want to avoid doing, JWIT, because otherwise then it's just like everyone offers exactly the same value by that point and you just ignore it. It's always going to be, as I say, a race to the whatever the minimum is. So I could just keep moving the minimum until it's no longer an issue, but then those playing the game then start gaming the minimum, and they know that the minimum is going to be some value, so they know just to always accept it because it's never going to go any lower than that. So there is also that. There, as I say, that's an incentivation, as a way of incentivizing the game, that only the one with our best record gets their doots. But problem with that is that essentially only puts round 3 as a contention, because that's where all the doots are available. In rounds 1 and 2, the amount of doots available is quite low. Round 3, you could possibly get away with an offer of 10,000 somewhere and it stick, and that'll just be your winner. So everyone else gets 10% maybe. It's a hot broker per round, could be that as well. So in each round, then whoever was the hottest broker gets their doots. That could be a way of balancing that at least. But yeah, there needs to be some way of incentivizing the brokers to bid more, and without having to introduce house minimums completely. Does the first valid offer on a question always show first, or does it wait to collect a few offers before deciding? At the moment, it's always, well, sort of that Procyon. It's sort of first in, first out, with the caveat of if your offer has been actively accepted or rejected or countered, then your preference is lower down the list. But if you're the only offer that's come up, regardless of all of that, then it will come up. So it's first in, first out, asterisk. Yeah, round 1 has more moderation because there's more time for people to get answers in. So it sorts itself out a little more in round 1 because there's time to breathe. Round 2, round 3, there is no time to breathe. It's a very dynamic, very reactive round. Yeah, FIFO plus, very much so. Much like the wall has free fall plus now, our queue system is FIFO plus or FIFO plus. I definitely don't want to do it FILO because everyone will just wait until the last possible moment to put in a bid. That's what I've just said, Sophia. That's the plus. That's the sort of the asterisk or the plus, is that it is done first in, first out, but if in amongst the offers there's someone that hasn't been seen yet, then it will prefer them if it can. So for round 1, it can do that because it has a chance to bubble up offers. Round 2 and 3, it's harder to do, but it can be done after at least the first offer has been seen. So behind the scenes, as we saw in that previous game, because it was shuffling the offers, because it was reordering the queue based off of who's been seen and who hasn't, once the first offer has been decided upon, then the next one that comes up will be one that is prioritized a bit more, that has a little more time to do that, to breathe. No Time to Breathe is my favourite upcoming Bond film. Is that ever going to come out though, Toad Boy? So this was planned for the US, damn it Disney, why did you never release it? FIFO 2021, pin code Boogaloo, something along those lines. Okay, I think we've had enough time. We've got 10, 20, 35 occupation aliases, so 35 identities in the game. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 potential candidates to play as a main player. Whew. Hopefully this game will run a little smoother, and we'll see how it goes. And hopefully those that are now those that are brokers kind of understand how the game works a bit more now as well. I did want to have in a nice tutorial screen of how the game works by this stream, but I just didn't have the time. What with having to do time shock stuff, having to do wall and WAF stuff, I just decided to do those just as a quick one-off kind of do it and just finish it. They're sort of like random side projects just to distract me from other things. So yeah, I will certainly, next time this comes round, have some more tutorial screens to make it a little more obvious how the game works and stuff. Yeah, whisper please, Jerry, and then I get accepted. Yes, that's one thing I didn't mention properly, is that the offers that come through, they must be a correct answer to appear. I completely disregard incorrect answers as a sort of, it avoids dead air, as it were. Obviously on the original show, on at least the UK version, that was a thing that happened where you could have brokers that are offering an answer, but then the answer was wrong, and that's time wasted. In this one, it's more a case of you only get to see one offer at a time, and you don't know if there is another offer coming up. That's the sort of thing. At least in the studio version in the UK, you'll probably get to see that there are 4 or 5 people that have an offer on the table, and you negotiate there. It's the balance there, I suppose. I just don't want to have a wall of 50 names lighting up, and then the player in control says, I want to see the offer from this person, and then we go through this, because then it requires me to click a button and try and click the right button, and then a negotiation happens, and it's just bleh. Yeah, it's a mess basically. Right, waffling over, let's pick our main players for this game. And the vault code this evening is 6, 6, 4, 1. So, in order of closeness, we've got We Like Shapes with 2 digits in the right place, Jack Wilfred with 1 digit in the right place, 2 in the wrong place, Scorecount with 1 digit right, 1 digit in the wrong place, and Jerry with 1 digit in the right place. So, to you 4, please join me here in Discord. We will be playing in reverse order, so it will be Jerry to start first, then Scorecount, then Jack, and then We Like Shapes. That will be the order of play for this game. And if you didn't get through, no matter, if you entered in as a broker earlier, then you can just play the game as a broker and see if you can take maybe 10,000 doots away from the players in the game. Simple as that. Never got a gold. Card collar with 3 digits, just not in the right place. The 8 was not in the number, and yet all in the wrong place. So unfortunately, not good enough, because it does prioritise those that have digits in the correct place over those with digits just strewn about but correct. We have Shapes, we have Jerry, we have Scorecount. We are, I think, just waiting for Jack Wilfred. Jack, you're into your laptop now. Okay, cool. Let's wait for Jack to join, and once we're all okay with that, yes, proximity of each digit after the fact. That's how it deals with it afterwards. So in this case, Jerry's 3, 8, and 7 were closer to the 664 than Toadboy's 2, 8, 9 were to the 664. I think it counts each individual digit's distance and works it off of that. That's how it works out after that. So yeah, it's a subtlety, but that's how it does it. I forget exactly how the main show did it in the UK, but I think it's a rough approximation of it. At least with the way I show it, you get to see the mastermind sort of colouring of correct right place and correct wrong place. We have Shapes, Jack, Wilfred, Jerry, and Scorecount in the green room. So, Let's bring him in. Hello, players.
Hello.
Good evening.
Do we have a Jack Wilfred?
Hello.
Hello there. Do we have a Jerry?
Hi.
We do. Everyone is here. Everybody is here. Thank you for obliging, score count. How are you all doing this evening?
I'm doing
Good,
alright.
good.
I'm
How you doing?
good.
Good to hear. Okay, so you will be playing against Proogs' pack here. And I say we're going in reverse order. So Shapes, because you had the best Vault Code match, you will be going last. So you have the best sort of strategy as to how to play your round. So we started with Jerry,
Okay.
then it'll be score count, then it'll be Jack Wilfred, and then it'll be Shapes in last place. So we then first of all, we should then welcome Jerry Eris to the game. Hello there, Jerry.
Hello there.
Were you watching along and playing along in that previous game?
I was playing along, yeah.
Were you a broker? Do you want to reveal who you were as a broker?
Tuesday promotion agent or something like that.
Okay. How much did you get out of us?
Well, no, I didn't play last time. I'm sorry.
Oh, you didn't actually play. Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, you get to play as a main player here, so you could be earning maybe up to 100,000 dukes or more, depends on how well you played. How far do you think you're going to get?
I wouldn't be here if I didn't say I would go all the way. But I think I'll do well.
That is fair enough. I'm just going to sort out some volumes so that the music is not completely deafening my headphones here. Okay, so I guess you're familiar with how this round works then?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So 10 questions, start with 3 minutes on the clock, and you also start with 1,000 dukes in your bank for free. I know, how generous. Each correct answer, you get 100 dukes added to your bank. If you give me all 10 correct answers, we add 5,000 dukes to your bank. After the first pass round of questions, we will then open it up for offering from the brokers. Okay, ready to play?
Right. Yep.
Okay, good luck. And your time
Thank you.
starts now. What is the name of Snoopy's yellow bird friend?
Woodstock.
It is Woodstock. Who composed the album Tubular Bells?
Pass.
Okay. In which children's game might you fulk a tour trying not to miss by a snooger? Yes, those are words.
Yeah. Pass.
Gonna pass. From which country does soy sauce originate?
China.
It is. Question 5. Who presented the US version of Deal or No
Howie
Deal
Mandel.
for its... It is Howie Mandel, yes. What Welsh village was partly buried by colliery spoil tip slurry in 1966?
Pass.
Okay, question 7. Which actor's second volume of his autobiography is Only Fools and Stories?
Pass.
Okay, question 8. In which city are Samsung headquartered?
Seoul.
It is. Question 9. Who was the first female comedian to win the Perrier Edinburgh Comedy Award?
Pass.
And question 10. The Festignog railway links Blaenau Festignog with which Welsh coastal town?
Pass.
Okay, back to question number 2. There's an offer table for 200.
Offer 100.
No. Offer 225.
Offer 120.
Or 120. Not accepted. No. Offer 300.
Offer 125.
No. Now offer 234, sorry.
Offer 150.
Accepted. Answer is Mike Oldfield. Question number 3. Offer for 400.
Can I pass?
You can pass, yes.
I'll pass.
Offer for 400 on question 6.
Offer 150.
Not accepted. Offer for 400. Hang on.
Offer 150.
No. No more offers.
Oh, pass.
Okay. Offer for 350.
Offer 200.
Yes, accepted. It is David Jason. Offer for 200 on question 9.
Accept.
Yes, Jenny Eclair for that one. Question 10, offer for 400.
Offer 250.
Not accepted. Offer for 400.
Offer 250.
Nope. Offer for 300.
Accept.
It is Portmadog. Question number 3, offer for 400.
Offer 300.
Accepted is Marbles. And question number 6, offer for 369.
Accept.
It is Abafan. That is what we're looking for there, is Abafan. With 11 seconds left on the clock, did manage to get the 5,000 bonus. If you didn't, then you would have been on, you know, like, not much. After that, yeah, I liked the sort of the cumulative acceptings. You're starting off on the lowest, and they're sort of slowly building it up as time decreased. It's got an interesting strategy on that. I kind of like it. But you end that round with 5,481 doots to your name, which could be enough to carry you through to round number 2. Depends on how well your fellow competitors do. Do you think it's going to be enough?
I wouldn't be here if I said no, so yes.
Fair enough.
It's going to be tough.
It will be tough, yes. But we'll just find out. So for the time being, thank you very much for playing, Jerry, and we'll catch you later.
Thank you.
We move on then to score count. What did you think to that question set?
I'm scared, but I'll see how badly I do.
Okay. What's your target score for this round?
I started saying before someone I'm happy with the aggressive offers even if it doesn't benefit me, Frig. I'm hoping to get all 10. And then we'll go from
that would be
there.
very good. Yeah. Oh, hello. Okay.
We have a cat.
We do indeed have a cat. She was sort of meowing at me, but I don't really want her on the table because there's food on here that I don't want her to eat. So I'm going to put her back on a plinth, and hopefully she'll be there for a time being. So you know how this works. Score counts. We start off with 1,000 dudes.
Before they're all questions. Does everyone rallying against me? In before they're all questions on Pyre or something, and I just know more.
If you somehow manage to RNG that pack out of all of it and prove to happen to be a fan of Pyre as well, then who knows? But yes, 1,000 doots for free from us. Each correct answer is 100 doots. Don't forget, brokers, that the minimum in this round is going to be 100, but I would say offer a bit more than that at the very least. 3 minutes on the clock. If you give me all 10 correct answers, then you get an extra 5,000 doot bonus. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good luck to you. And your time starts now. What character did Alec Guinness play in the original 1977 Star Wars film?
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
It is. Which English organisation has a leaves and
National
seeds?
Trust.
It is the National Trust, yes. By which name was John Eric Bartholomew better known?
It's not John Williams. That's too long. Pass.
Okay, question 4. Which city produces all Guinness sold in the UK and Ireland?
Oh, God. Pass, I'll come back to that.
Okay, question 5. In The Big Bang Theory, Jim Parsons plays which character?
Sheldon Cooper.
Yes. Which actor's autobiography is titled Just One More Thing?
Pass.
Okay, question 7. What is the rapper Stephen Paul Manderson's stage name?
Pass.
Okay, question 8. What deadly cavalry charge occurred at St. Peter's Field, Manchester, August of 1819?
Pass for now, but I have an idea.
Okay, question 9. Which scientist wrote the book The Demon Haunted World?
Pass. Just going
And
through them
question
now, get them all in my head.
In rugby union, in what position would the player wearing the number 2 play?
Centre.
Nope.
Scuppered. Pass back to 3.
Okay, going back to 3. Offer for 200.
125.
No. Offer for 469.
Okay then. Pass.
Passing. Question 4. Offer for 9,001. It is Dublin, yes.
Dublin.
Question number question number 6. Offer for 400.
150.
No. Offer 300.
Fair enough. Accept.
It is Peter Falk. Question 7. Offer for 9,001.
Your power levels are impressive. Pass.
Okay, question 8. Offer for 469.
200.
Nope. 450.
Accept.
Peterloo Massacre is that one.
Right.
Question 9. Offer 300.
Accept.
That one was Carl Sagan. Question 10. Offer for 400.
Accept.
That one is The Hooker. Question 3. Offer for 469.
Can't accept it. Pass.
Okay. Offer for 9001.
Pass.
Back again. Right, let's just reject. See if there's anyone. No other offers on question 3.
Okay, pass. Pass. No double 10. Press green.
Ah!
Suddenly saw it that last time.
Suddenly saw it the last time.
The only reason I know of him is because playing Professor Layton as a kid.
Ah, fair enough. But yes, indeed, that one was, as we say, Professor Green. If we go back to question number 3 to reveal that one, that answer is Eric Morecambe.
Thing is, David, I see your comment. It probably isn't that hard, but you're forgetting that I'm a nerd.
So, you kind of got blocked by the offers there because there weren't really any other offers coming through.
I mean,
no one else made the offer.
I'm happy. I'm happy. Those offers make me happy. I'm happy to get screwed over.
You're happy to get screwed over.
I'm happy.
I
prioritize good economics over my own well-being.
Well, you end that round with 350 dukes. You're 2 questions away from getting an extra 5,000. We'll find out if that is enough to carry you through to round 2. It probably isn't, because others will probably just, they'll just take the 1,000 to start with and not do anything for 3 minutes.
Yeah, they're gonna sit there for 3 minutes. I mean, to be perfectly honest, if Jerry hadn't finished, that was actually my plan. It was just answer the ones I know and then sit there.
Well, 350 dukes to your name. That will get added at the end of the game anyway. And we'll see if it is at least a score to take you to the head-to-head. But for the time being, thank you very much for playing, and we'll catch you later. We now move on to Jack Wilfred. Hello, Jack.
Good evening, Ash.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm excited. I mean, as always, when I'm on stream and playing, I've got my heartbeat's about 180. My hands are shaking.
What do you think to these questions you've seen so far?
On David Bonnicom's questions, I got about 6 or 7 per round. This was like 4 or 5.
So slightly harder. Well, I guess that kind of shakes the game up a bit more, having them slightly harder. So
yeah.
What's
your? I'll just be happy to get the 5,000.
All right, you're aiming for that 5,000 bonus then.
Yeah.
Just hope that the offers can go your way to be able to do that. All right.
Yeah.
So, again, you'll start with 1,000 dukes, extra 100 for each correct answer, 5,000 duke bonus for all 10. 3 minutes on the clock. You ready to play?
Ready.
Okay, good luck. And your time starts now. Which music act is made up of Neil Tennant and Chris Lowe?
Pet Shop Boys.
It is. Which sport features positions such as silly mid-off, leg gully,
Pass.
and third slip passing? Okay. From which country does pesto
Italy.
originate? It is. Which of the Marx Brothers was normally silent?
Groucho, Harpo.
Harpo is correct. In electronics, what does the T in MOSFET stand for?
Pass.
Okay, question 6. The father of which UK Prime Minister once made garden
John
gnomes and
Major.
ornaments? It is John Major. Question 7. Which actress portrayed Arya Stark in the
Maisie
Game of
Williams.
Thrones? It is Maisie Williams. Question 8. In which Indian city was a major poisonous gas leak in
Bhopal.
1980? It is Bhopal. Question 9. In which US state is Dell Technologies headquartered?
Pass. I'll come back to that.
Okay, question 10. What nationality is the performance artist and art filmmaker Marina
Serbian?
Abramovic? It is Serbian, correct. We go to question 2 now. Offer for 400.
Counter 200.
Counter 200, not accepted. Offer 345.
Counter 200.
Accepted, it is cricket. Question number 5, offer for 300.
Counter 200.
Accepted, answer is transistor. And question number 9, you still have 1.5 minutes to think about this, but there's an offer on the table for 300.
Counter 100.
Okay. Nope. There's an offer for 800 now.
Counter 200.
Nope. Offer 300.
Accept.
This is going to take the easy
Oh,
route.
for God!
Not even figuring the
Texas, of
question out. I was
course.
say you still had 1.5 minutes to think about the question, but no, taking the easy route, taking the 300 doot offered there for a broke college boy. Texas indeed was the right answer there, but you got the 5,000 doot bonus, which is all that matters. That
I
should
don't know why that
probably
didn't come to me.
sometimes it happens. As was mentioned earlier, just sort of the stress of the game sometimes could sort of make you blind to answers that could have easily been sort of worked out with a little bit of thought. But nevertheless, 6,300 is a great score to take through the end of round number 1, as they probably will be enough to take you through to round 2. But we'll find out. For the time being, thank you very much, and we'll catch you in a bit.
Thank you.
And we then move on to our final player in this round, and that is We Like Shapes, I Like Shapes. Shapes, hello!
Hello, how you doing?
Yeah, good. What did you think to that last set of 10?
That was the set I'd done the best on out of the other three sets in this game. It was like I think I got 8 of those on the first run, and I only got like 5 or 6 on each of the others.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, what do you think you're going to be able to achieve here in this round?
I'll be happy if I can get through.
Well, we'll see if we can make that happen. And also, hello, Quizzy Dan Raiders, all 9 of you. Hope you had fun over on Quizzy Dan's stream. We're sort of playing out our final game of the Vault this evening. Unfortunately, you can't join in mid-game, so you just have to watch along and watch the carnage and chaos as a spectator. But I hope you do stick around and give a follow if you're not already doing so. I do this stuff every Wednesday and Friday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m, and a bit more from the time at the moment. But we were fixing some technological issues earlier. All right. As for everyone else, you started with 1,000 dukes for free, 100 dukes added for each correct answer, 5,000 duke bonus for all 10 correct answers in the 3 minutes. Are you ready to play?
Yes.
Okay, good luck. And your time starts now. In which city would you find the Acropolis?
Athens.
It is, where the Parthenon is. What shape is a UK giveaway sign?
Pass.
A pass, okay. Who performed the 2020 hit Blinding Lights?
The Weekend.
It is The Weekend, yes. From which country does brioche originate?
France.
It is. Skippers, fritillaries, and browns are all families of what insect?
Grasshoppers.
No.
Butterflies.
It is butterflies, yes. Who is the highest scoring NHL player in history?
Wayne Gretzky.
It is. Who is the second presenter of the UK quiz Blankety Blank from 1984 onwards?
Les Dawson.
It is. Question 8. Which magician performed for many years as the Great Soprendo?
Jeffrey Durham.
Very good. Question 9. Dueling Banjos performed by 2 musicians was made famous in which 1972 film?
Pass.
And question number 10. Who was the US schoolteacher killed in the Challenger shuttle disaster of 1986?
Krista McAuliffe.
Absolutely right. We go now back to number 2. Offer for
Triangle.
300. It is a triangle. And now to question number 9. Offer for 600.
Take it.
Take it. The answer was Deliverance, but just taking the 600 just straight up, that was the only one you needed an offer on. You had 9 out of 10 just answered on your own. That's a very good play. And just a casual 6,400 dukes to take through to round number 2. With 1 minute 26 left on the clock. You only used about half the time of the game. Yeah, we're literally doing any percent the Vault now, apparently. Very well
Time
played,
bonus.
Time extension. So clearly you favoured that set of 10 then.
That was quite a good set of 10. Yes, I liked those. I'm not entirely sure why I blanked on triangle for so long. I think I was trying to make an adjective. Like I was trying to think of, is it?
Oh, like triangular.
Hexagonal.
Oh, that kind of
I
thing,
was trying to
right.
think of an adjective that ended in E, and that's not what the question was asking for.
Just a straight shape name was what we needed, but you did manage to find triangle after the fact.
I mean, it's a good thing my username doesn't sort of indicate my thoughts about shapes.
Yeah, we'll just ignore the fact that you like shapes. Anyway, 6,400 do it. This is a damn good score. Let's have a look to see where that places you. And in fact, it is the top scorer of this round. So, with 6,300 Jack Wilfred and 6,400 We Like Shapes, you two will be advancing through to the head-to-head round. Commiserations there to Jerry. He did a decent score with 5,481, but maybe went a bit too aggressive on the offers, and Score Count went way too aggressive on the offers. But honestly, some of the offers I came through didn't really help him.
I'll look on the bright side. Bright side 1, I've clearly set some kind of record.
Yep.
Except I haven't, because there was that woman on the original show who actually literally spent all her money and went away with nothing.
Yeah.
Secondly, I fulfilled my obligations as the heel of this program, and I can go home happy.
Well, thank you very much for playing, Jerry, and Score Counts. You've been some great contestants. Hope you had fun.
I did, thank you.
Lovely. All right, thank you very much for playing, and we'll catch you later.
All right.
And to the brokers, let's see how well you've been doing. Currently in the lead is Chief Respecter of the Beef Runcorn division with 1,550 dutes, followed by Loud Breather at 1,500, and I have Leprosy Frowny Face 1,450 dutes. There's all still to play for in round number 2, the head-to-head. So it will be Shapes to play first in this round. There'll be 4 minutes on the clock, and we have 20 questions to play with. And control of the question will start. For this one will be Shapes. The second one will then follow will be Jack, and we just keep alternating like that. You each have 20 seconds to try and give me an answer to the question. If you can't give me an answer, or you can't broker an offer for an answer, then it'll pass over to the other player for their chance at 20 seconds at the same. At the end of the round, whoever has more correct answers, not necessarily their total, but whoever has more correct answers will get a 5,000 dupe bonus at the end. And at the end of that round, we then look at your total overall scores, and whoever has the best overall score will then move on to the final. But since both of you got the bonus in round number 1, we're basically looking at whoever has the most money in this round, or whoever gets the bonus of 5,000, essentially. Does that make sense?
Good luck.
Good luck.
Okay, so as I say, Shapes, you'll be answering first on this question. Offering is live as soon as the question comes up, but you do need to give me a lock-in on a answer or an offer of acceptance within your 20 seconds. Otherwise, we will pass over. Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay, good luck. And the time starts now. For which console was the original Sonic the Hedgehog game released? Offer for $6.90.
Sega Jaguar.
No.
Oh,
5
count
seconds.
of 400.
Not accepted. Offer 400. Out of time, sorry. Jack.
Sega Genesis.
Genesis is what I look for, yes. Jack, your question. Which pastry is used to make profiteroles?
Philo?
Nope. Offer for 400.
Oh, shoe.
It is shoe pastry, yes. Back to Shapes. What did the Hollywood letters originally spell when they were built in 1923? Hollywood Land is correct, yes. Jack, which English inventor created Meccano in 1898? Offer for 500.
Counter 100.
No. Offer 500.
Counter 150.
150. No, not accepted. We pass control over. Shapes.
Frank Hornby.
Frank Hornby is correct.
Of course.
Shapes, your question. Which piece by Eagles became the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy's theme? It's a long one. Offer for 400.
Accept.
It's Journey of the Sorcerer. Jack, who voices Olaf in the Snowman
Josh
in
Gad.
Frozen? Josh Gad is correct. Shapes. The airline Emirates is based at which airports with the code DXB?
Dubai.
It is Dubai, yes. Jack, one of the 7 ancient wonders of the world. Where was the mausoleum?
Mausoleum of...
Offer for 425.
Offer 200.
No. Offer 400.
200?
No. Offer 690. Out of time, pass control.
Halicarnassus.
Halicarnassus is correct. Shapes, your question. What are the 2 moons of Mars?
Phobos and Deimos.
Is correct. Jack, which world darts champion had the nickname the Crafty Cockney?
Oh, not a clue.
Offer 650.
Counter 200.
No. Offer 600.
Counter 300.
No. Offer 400.
Except
Out of time, cast control, sorry.
Eric Bristow.
Eric Bristow
Oh,
is
of course.
correct. Shapes, your question. Which manufacturer made the world's first commercial jet airliner, the Comet?
De Havilland.
De Havilland is correct. Jack, your question. Which poem originated water, water everywhere, nor a drop to drink? Nor any drop to drink, sorry. It's a long one. Offer for 500.
counter 300.
Accepted. The rhyme of the ancient mariner is the answer. Shapes, known to the Roman as Bacchus, who was the equivalent Greek god of the vine?
Dionysus?
Dionysus is correct. Jack, prime numbers that are 1 less than a power of 2 are known as what? Offer 400.
Oh, I know this.
10 seconds.
Counter 200.
Not accepted. 550.
Counter 200.
Not accepted. Offer 599. Out of time. Pass control.
Mersenne Primes.
Mersenne Primes is correct. Shapes, your question. P.G. Wodehouse created Jeeves as a valet to which other fictional character?
Bertie Wooster.
Is correct. Jack, your question. Which German passenger ship burned and crashed in New Jersey in
Hindenburg.
1936? Hindenburg is correct. Shapes, your question. 20 seconds left. Who played the 10th incarnation of the Doctor in Doctor Who?
David Tennant.
Is correct. Jack, your question. What is the name of the dot on the top of a lowercase I?
Tittle.
Is a tittle correct? Last 5 seconds. From which country does nori originate? Shapes?
Japan.
Is correct, yes. And Jack, we're out of time. The question would have been, who was UK Chancellor of the Exchequer from 1983 to 1989? Would
Nigel
you know?
Lawson.
It would have been Nigel Lawson indeed, but out of time. But look at that question count. 6 correct answers
Very
for
well
Jack. 13 correct answers over on Shape's side, which the camera is panning to. That is quite a strong victory. So Shapes gets the extra 5,000 bonus for getting the most correct answers. Pretty much didn't need any help from any of the brokers. You just knew the answers. Jack needed a little help here and there. And it's a foregone conclusion that Shapes is definitely going to be going through to the final. But very, very good battle nonetheless. Some very good answering in there. Jack, any comments?
I was unlucky with the questions, but also Shapes, which is brilliant. Well done.
Absolutely. Shapes, anything to say?
Thank you.
Let's-
Sorry,
let's-
I was. You caught me in mid inhaling then because I forgot to breathe for the whole of that round.
Yeah, don't forget to breathe. That's the thing you need to do. Let's quickly look again. Yep. So Jack Wilford ends the game with 8,200 dukes, which is a decent amount of dukes to take away. That will get added at the end of the game, and Shapes will be advancing through to the final with 14,600 dukes to play with. So there's a lot of dukes to play with. So brokers, take that into consideration that Shapes already has 14,000 dukes to work with. So offers push them a bit high, you know. Not that many offers were broken in that game, but let's have a quick look at how well everyone's doing. I have Leprosy now in the lead on 2,400 dukes, then Loud Breather 2,250, and my offer is with 1,969 dukes. Nice. So we say goodbye at this point to Jack Wilford, but thank you very much for playing, and we will catch you later. Hope you had fun.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
All right, let's press the button a couple more times, and we go to the final for We Like Shapes. So we are here in the final for you. Did you think you'd get to the final?
I really didn't.
Well, you've demonstrated some very strong knowledge there, and let's just see how well that takes you through to the final. So, final is 10 questions with 2 minutes on the clock. You cannot pass on any question. You can only move on to the next question if you give me a correct answer, or you broker an answer with someone else in the audience. Once we've hit the correct answer on question number 9, we will stop the clock, have a little bit of breather, And then question number 10 is for the jackpot extra 100,000 doots, where normally we should be doing it with no brokering in play. At the moment it is active, but shall we say again, as we did with Ben, that we'll play as a gentleman's agreement that question number 10, if we get there, that it is a solo answer. Is that fine?
Okay.
Cool. So, Jack Wilfred say offer 14,600 on each question. Well, there's the thing is that's how much Shapes has at the moment. Depends on if Shapes even needs your help. Shapes could go all the way through all 10 questions without even needing to touch a broker, but we'll find out. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
2 minutes on the clock. First question for 250 doots. Time starts now. Which house was Ginny Weasley sorted into at Hogwarts?
Gryffindor.
Correct. For another 300 doots. In 1964, the Sanford Ink Company introduced which brand of permanent marker?
Sharpie?
Is correct. Another 400 doots now. Who wrote the musical versions of Spartacus and War of the Worlds?
Jeff Wayne.
Is correct. Another 500 doots now. In computer games, what did the original DOTA acronym stand for? Offer for 2,500.
1,500.
Accepted. Defense of the Ancients. Now for 1,000 doots. Who wrote the play Peer Gynt?
Henrik Ibsen.
Is correct. Now for another 3,000. What is the penultimate book of the Old Testament? Offer for 2,222. 1 minute.
1,500.
Accepted. It's Zechariah. Now for 5,000 doots extra. Which 600-year-old volcano is visible from Auckland Harbour?
Oh, God.
45 seconds.
Rotorotata.
No. Offer for 2,569 though.
1,500.
Accepted. It's Rangitoto. Now for 7,000 extra doots. What music and surf festival normally occurs on cliffs near Newquay in August?
Oh, God.
20 seconds. 2,569 offer.
Accept.
It's Boardmasters. Now for another 10,000 doots. Which 2 chemical elements are named after France?
Francium and gallium.
Yes. That is question number 9. We stop the clock there. You currently have 34,981 doots to your bank. That is safe. That is what you'll be taking no matter what. Question number 10 is for another 100,000 doots, but you only have 6 seconds from when the question is revealed to answer it.
That's like one guess or nothing, isn't it?
You just need to spam guesses and hope that one sticks in enough time. Are you ready to see the final question?
Yes, I'm ready.
Good luck. Here is your final question. Who crossed the South Pacific on a balsa boat called the Kon-Tiki in 1947? That's
I
time!
don't know.
You don't know. Anyone in chat know the answer to this one? Procyon has indeed got it. The answer we're looking for is Thor Heyerdahl. Hell of a thing to go for, but that is what we're looking for.
I knew the name, but I had no idea he did that.
Oh, unlucky. That was, you had a great run up to that point, but unfortunately, just not enough time to figure out that answer. But, hey ho, 34,981
I don't
doots.
think I'd have figured it out if I'd had all night.
But very well played up to that point. And yes, Loopy, I think I should do that, shouldn't I? Because the 100,000 doots was not won, I should roll that over to the next game. So if I remember to do it next time, then the jackpot 10th question will be for 200,000 extra doots. Oh, now that's an incentive for people to be playing and for people to be bidding up a bit more as well. Let's quickly go over all the totals. So at the end of that, let's go to the leaderboard there. Shapes with the finishing score of 34,981 doots. Let's have a look at how the brokers did. At the end there, the top 5 were, in reverse order, Not Clive with 1,950, Loud Breather with 2,400, I Have Leprosy 2,500, Chief Respecter of the Beef 3,600, and My Offer Is jumping all the way up to the top there with a total of 6,288 doots. Wow, look at that. And if I click this button and then click it again, the doots have been updated, so now you all should have your doots. Oh, I hope you had fun with that game, Shapes, and, well, thank you very much for playing.
Indeed, thank you.
No problem. Well,
Cool.
I think that game ran a bit more smoothly. I have noticed there are some exceptions coming through in the console, but luckily, it was in an unimportant area of the code, and another one caught the problem anyway, so thankfully the exception didn't break the game. So that is going to be it for this evening. I do have the next pack from David already set, so the what was the third pack has now been corrected on round number 1 with 10 new questions, so we'll be able to do that next time round we play the Vault. And of course, if you would like to write a pack for the Vault, there is information on the question writing website. There should be a list of all the different game shows we do. I actually need to update that a bit more for like Time Shock and things like that. But there's the details on there. It's a Excel spreadsheet that you just need to fill in. You need to put in 40 questions for round 1, 20 for round 2, and 10 for round 3. So 70 questions in total. Fairly short answers, although some of those were quite long, and still we managed to get through them pretty nice. If you're interested in that kind of thing, wanting to write question packs for the Vault, and if you want to write questions for Outright, we also have a pack for an Excel spreadsheet thing for that, or for anything else. If you want to write stuff for Time Shock, because we will be doing stuff for Time Shock soon, then by all means head over to the Discord. There is discussion on that in the Q Writing channel and stuff. And I do need to mention at some point the whole thing about how you get into Time Shock, but I will do that. I'll promise to do that next Wednesday's stream. Because obviously Friday, I'm not going to be streaming. It's going to be Catnip doing the mini-final of Golden Mind, which will be a lot of fun. So even though it isn't me hosting on Friday, do come along and watch, because it's still going to be a lot of fun. Let's say mini-final of Golden Mind. Saturday, Ben is back doing his old thing. And then on Tuesday is back doing his old thing as well. I return back on Wednesday on stream, where I will be doing... What am I doing on the Wednesday of what is known as the 20th? Oh, yeah, Turnabout. We're doing some Turnabout. I forgot about that. Yeah, we're doing some Turnabout on Wednesday. Oh, yeah, it's an old thing with a new thing. Face Off, that's on Saturday. Yes, so the first of the playoffs of Face Off will be on Saturday. And, of course, the UK Game Show Poll of the Year stream will be on Sunday. So it'll be worth watching along that to see how well all of the UK games have placed, and including all these new media things, such as me and Ben and Tipster and stuff like that. See how well we've placed in amongst the things, because it's been a bit of a resurgence of internet-based games due to lockdown and everything happening in 2020. So there's a lot of competition out there. I'm not expecting to do a great deal there, but I'm also aware of the fact that a lot of my community crosses over with Briggs' community, certainly after things like the charity stream we did last year and the 500 question stream we did last year. That had a lot of cross-promotion over on Briggs' side, so there's probably a bit of sort of incestuous voting going on, which may end up having to be dealt with next year if that's the case. But either way, all votes will have been counted by Brig, and we'll find out exactly how well you voted on Sunday. So yeah, I'll be back streaming on Wednesday, but do tune in on Friday with Catnip, Golden Mind, of course. Oh yeah, Quizzy Dan over there as well. Thursday, doing some bingo as well. So Quizzy Bingo on 8 p.m. So do that, and thank you for the raiders from Quizzy Dan's stream earlier. That was greatly appreciated. Do we have someone to raid by any chance? I keep forgetting to do this on a regular basis, and I should do. I should spread the love of 59 viewers. Is there anyone out there that has not been raided recently? I mean, I could always raid B Square Quiz again and Gartic. You those people on Gartic. You managed. No, not Gartic. It was the letters, the words game. Word Up, was it? Getting to over a level 100. How did you manage to do that? That was a bit crazy. Then he meant words on stream. That's the one. He managed to get over level 100. That was ridiculous. But maybe you can do that again. I don't know. But actually, you're playing Gartic, so we'll find out exactly how they do. Yeah, we'll go and raid over B Square Quiz again. Let's do all that. Raid B Square Quiz. There it is. And I'll catch you later. Have fun. And I'll see you in Dan's stream Thursday in chat. Around on Catnip stream on Friday, and Ben stream Saturday, Ben stream Tuesday, and me actually streaming Wednesday next week. Bye now.